So you just got to the Philippines and you have no idea what to do. You don't know what you're looking at. You're in a foreign land. Your head is absolutely going wild. Well, what's up, everyone? I'm Jimmy, and I have been going back and forth from the U.S. to the Philippines for years. And whether you are considering coming here for 2 weeks or permanently through retirement or other means, I am your guide all the way. We're going to talk about everything you need to know Philippines related and build a community from right here in the good old Philippines. So today's topic is about your first day in the Philippines. And let me tell you, it's going to be unlike anything you have ever experienced in your life. There is nothing like your first time. Am I right? And your first time in the Philippines, for me, it felt like another world. You could have told me I was on another planet because that's really what it felt like. And I mean that in a positive way. I fell in love with the Philippines instantaneously, and I hope you will as well. But let's get you informed before you make the move. For all those, whether you're in the West, whether in Europe, wherever you are, I'm going to try and answer all of your questions as best as I can. So, we already know about the airport experience, right? I mean, if you're coming from the United States or Canada, strap in because you're looking at a 15 to 17 hour flight if you go all the way one way. So, you already know that though. What happens when you touch down here at immigration? That might have you a little bit worried. Well, immigration is actually very easy here. You usually don't have to wait very long. In my many experiences coming through, you're going to hand them your passport. They're going to ask how long you're staying. They're going to stamp you, and they're going to give you 30 days for the first passport. Now, that can be extended, but that's a topic for another video. You can get up to 30 days on your first stay with extensions. So you roll through immigration, you get your bag, and then you exit the airport. You're hit with that humidity and you're finally in the Philippines. That's when I relax, inhale, take a deep breath. But in reality, things are still going absolutely wild. It's so busy at the Manila airport, which is where you'll be flying into most likely. There are people everywhere. There's going to be people screaming at you to get a taxi. And what should you do? Now, number one, you can already have your hotel booked, and I strongly recommend that. You can get anything from a 5-star hotel. I've stayed at the Manila Hotel, the Diamond Hotel, or whatever it's called, or there's hotels as cheap as $15 a night. I mean, it gets really, really cheap. So, and you could find them anywhere. So hotels are not a problem depending on the reason you're coming. If you need good internet, you're going to want one of the nicer hotels. So, do you get in a taxi? Well, I would recommend getting the app Grab. It's the same thing as Uber or Lyft in the United States. It's just called Grab here. And it tracks you. It's a fixed price because what happens with the taxis, and they're okay, if you want to get a taxi, just make sure that the meter is working. Don't let the taxi driver get you an excuse about why the meter's broken or something like that, because that's how scams go on in Manila. Now, most taxi drivers are honest and hardworking people. I'm just telling it to you real. That's what we're going to do on this channel, and there are some scams that happen. So make sure the meter's running if you do take a taxi. I do that sometimes because I'm so tired from getting off that plane, but Grab is the way to go. So, you're in Manila now. One of the busiest cities in the world traffic-wise. It is unbelievable, and the traffic is going to be completely different than anything you've ever experienced. The rules aren't quite the same as we're accustomed to over in the West. There's going to be motorcycles driving everywhere, in between you, past you. There's going to be people in the road. There's going to be children cleaning your windshield, and honestly, some of it's going to break your heart. So you're going to see all kinds of stuff. We're going to get into a lot of it in this video. What stood out to me the most when I was going to my hotel, we ran down this lane, and I noticed there were chickens and dogs throughout the road. And you're going to have to get used to that. There are dogs everywhere here, but they're all friendly. They're so used to humans. So you don't really have to worry about them. There's going to be chickens running in the road, all kinds of stuff. But I would definitely recommend getting a driver. Do not try and drive yourself if it's your first time here. Let's put it that way. And you're going to have to convert your money. Where do you do that? Well, if you do it in the airport, they're going to charge you a premium. But if you're exhausted like I am, I usually do. There's other places if you want to save some money, but learn your pesos. And a good way to do that is just consider a 1,000 peso note as around 20 US dollars. It's not quite that, and you can correct me in the comments section, but if you think of it like that and you think of 500 pesos is about $10, then that's gonna help you manage your money really, really well. The big thing, and I can't wait to talk about this, is you're gonna notice the friendly culture, and that's what hooked me in the most. Filipinos are, in my opinion, the most friendly and welcoming people in the world. They love Americans, and that's a big part due to World War II, but they really do. They love you, and they will welcome you into their country with open arms. So be polite back to them and learn some basic phrases too, so that you can you know enjoy their culture a little bit. I try to anyway. Salamat po, wala naman, things like that. Just easy ones, right? Now, there's going to be a lot of noise. There's going to be a lot of crowds. You're going to have to get used to dogs barking at night. You'll probably hear them in these videos because I'm out in the province right now, and it's great. I love it here, but there's dogs everywhere. They bark constantly. That's the way the culture is here. There's going to be roosters crowing in the morning, and there will always be motorcycles that are very loud, pretty much 24/7, depending on where you're at. Now, we didn't even talk about where you headed. Your last destination is probably not Manila. So you've just taken a 15-hour flight from the US. Well, are you meeting a girl? That's my biggest guess for my viewers. You're probably coming over here to either meet a girl or find a girlfriend/wife. And if you found one already online, which we'll talk about a lot on this channel, you still got to get to your second destination. So I recommend getting a night's sleep in Manila and then heading to the airport the next day to recoup a little bit. So head to Cebu, lots of foreigners in Dumaguete, all kinds of stuff like that. You're going to need to get a SIM card and some kind of internet. Like I said, this is a cash culture, so you want to have pesos on you at all times. Don't expect stores to just take your credit cards and stuff like that. And there are a ton of culture shock moments. I can't wait to tell you all about them. But this was just a little intro video. We're going to talk about the Philippines, like I said, my experiences, but most importantly, it's about getting you prepared for either your vacation or your permanent move to the Philippines. I'm Jimmy. Like this video, subscribe, comment down below. I'm going to start coming out with all kinds of content, so drop your questions below, and I will be out with another video featuring the Philippines real soon.